everyone. Don with Resolute Outdoors here. Now I know with everything going on in the economy, there's a little bit more inflation going on. Prices are definitely increasing at the gas pump and everywhere else. And I think people are looking at ways to kind of save some money, especially with kind of all the uncertainty going on. Now, today I wanted to go over a few things that, in what we've done in our household here, where we purchase things, some different things to kind of save some money, where you might forego a little bit of modern conveniences, but you can save a little bit of money by switching over to some of these different products. Now, for a lot of older people, not older people, but people that aren't millennials like myself, these might be things that you're more familiar with, that past generations and the old timers have used more regularly. But for people my age and millennials and people younger, these are kind of some things that might have fallen out of style or that we're not super aware of. And kind of switching and buying these things instead of the things you would normally buy can save you a lot of money in the long run. Each one of these isn't going to be a huge cost saver, but a little bit adds up. And if you can kind of identify things like this in your life that can be priorities to change, they will compound, and changing a bunch of these different things over a 6-month period can really make a big difference for you. So the first one I want to go over is dishwasher powder. I know everyone wants to use Tide Pods and things like that, and those are convenient, but this regular dishwasher powder is so much cheaper than those. I mean, I don't know what this one's rated for, how many washes, but you get a ton of washes out of one of these boxes. I mean, we probably go through maybe 3 boxes of these a year. Now we are going to start experimenting with making our own dishwasher powder, and I will plan on making a video of things you can make instead of buying differently as well, if you're interested. So let me know down below in the comments. But buying the dishwasher powder instead of buying Tide Pods, or I don't think they're not called Tide Pods for your dishwasher, whatever the pre-positioned packets are, pre-portioned out packets. Buying the powder is just so much cheaper and will save you a lot of money in the long run. Kind of sticking with our kitchen theme here, if you move to something like this, these are kind of reusable sponges or cloths. This is this brand here. If I can find a link for this, I'll put it down below, an Amazon link. I haven't used too many brands, but this brand's been fine. The nice thing about using these Scrubbies is that one, they're color coordinated, so some of these could be for dishwashing, or some of these could also be for cleaning countertops or cleaning floors or whatever else. So you kind of keep them segregated, so you're not using your floor scrubbing washi for cleaning dishes. But these are nice because these are reusable. You can actually plop these right in the your washing machine and just run them with your normal load of clothes, and they come out great. I haven't used these super long, probably about 6 months or so, on and off, more regularly now, and they've held up great. I really like them, and if you're someone who's concerned about the environment, they're good from that regard too. But just from a cost saving perspective, being able to reuse those instead of buying magic erasers and things like that, these are a great option. Like I said, you can use these for a multitude of different things. You can just keep your different colors for different tasks. Also as well, kind of on the laundry theme as well, speaking of the washing machine, is dryer bowls. Now, we started using these probably about 3-4 months ago or so. Got away from dryer sheets, which can be expensive. Not terribly expensive, but they add up. These will last a very, very long time, and these will actually soften your clothes too. I think these are actually softer. Not using fabric softener when we use our washing machine, and then using this for stuff that we do put in the dryer, I think it comes out softer than it did before using fabric softener and dryer sheets. These are reusable, and they will save you a little bit of money because these will soak up some of the moisture from your wet clothes, and it will reduce your dry time. So you can kind of, instead of doing 60 minutes for a load, you might be able to do closer to 40 if you put 6 of these in. You can find these at Walmart. These are off Amazon, but I think they're all pretty comparable, but don't quote me on that. Another thing as well for cleaning and personal hygiene is bar soap. Now, for washing your body in the shower, bar soap's great. This is Dove, it's a little bit more expensive, but you can also use some of the Irish Spring varieties as well. You know, a pack of bar soap will last you a really, really long time. And it's also great as well for when you're traveling. So on top of saving money on your everyday washing as compared to body wash, these are great for traveling. There's no package to open up. You don't have to worry about a bottle opening up and spilling everywhere. Now I don't use it, but my wife does also use bar shampoo and conditioner. It works great, and she really likes it a lot. And I use it when we travel for the same reasons, where we can just take 3 bars of soap, shampoo, conditioner, and a bar of soap like this, and we're good to go. Don't have to worry about anything opening up or spilling. But the bar soap that she uses, I don't know the exact brand. If I can find it, I'll put a link below in the comments or in the description. But that does seem to last as well, a little bit cheaper than some of the other shampoos she was using, and she seems to like it better for her hair. It's a little bit more natural. But buying bar soap can save you a lot of money over some of the high-end fancy body washes. Also as well, another use of bar soap, maybe not this variety, but you can use this to wash your hands. So it's great as well from that perspective. But if you don't want to use bar soap, you can use pump soap, but you're probably better off going and buying the big tubs of liquid soap. And I have a few of those, but we don't use them terribly often. You can get a reusable pump like this. Don't cheap out on these. Get a little bit nicer one, because they will break after a while if you get a cheap one. But you can get a reusable pump like this if you have to use pump soap, or you don't want to use bar soap for washing your hands. Other nice thing about bar soap as well, if you are looking to stock up on something, you want to buy a little bit more, you're worried about uncertainty in the world or price increases, you can stack up a lot of bar soap, and these don't take up a lot of space. I mean, compared to comparable size for shampoo and conditioner and body wash, you probably get 3 or 4 of these for 1 bottle of shampoo or conditioner. So another thing to keep in mind with bar soap. Also as well, I want to go over is tea. Now if you're a nice tea drinker, I'm occasionally, but not a ton. But you can buy an electric tea maker, or you can just make it on the stove. It's just using regular tea bags, brewing your own tea, in the tea maker, the electric tea maker, or on the stove, and then putting ice and putting it in the fridge, and you can sweeten it if you want, or you can just drink it as unsweetened iced tea. That'll save you a lot of money over buying pre-made tea. And you can kind of control more what ingredients are in it as well. So if you want to have some lemon or have more or less sugar, you can tweak it as well. It will take you a little bit more time, but in the end, it's going to save you a ton of money. A pack like this, costs almost nothing at the store for some dry tea. And you can also experiment with different varieties too that you might not be able to get in the pre-packaged teas as well. And all of those have a ton of sugar. So if you want to have something that's like a little bit sweet but not too much, making your own tea can be something that works out well for you. Also as well, something I'm going to go over is bouillon cubes. So instead of using the pre-packaged or pre-made broth, bouillon cubes are a great option for that. Big problem with the pre-made broths is that a lot of times you won't use them all. And so you'll take them and you'll use half of it or 3/4 of it, or just a few cups, and the rest of that will sit in your fridge until it just goes bad. And on top of that, it takes up a ton of room in your fridge. It takes up a ton of room in your pantry if you want to have a couple of those. And once you use it, you have to refrigerate it. Something like this, I mean, there's, geez, how many are in here? I'm not sure how many in here, but there's a lot of bouillon cubes in here. And these will last a really long time. I mean, these basically last forever. And they take up almost no space. I mean, you could get three jars of this for 1 pack of already pre-made broth. And the nice thing about the bouillon cubes too is that if you do only use a little bit of it and you throw the rest away, it's so cheap that it's not something that you're really going to be that upset about. As well, making your own broth, you can make it as strong or as weak as you want, because you're in charge of the water. So if you want this to be a super strong and salty broth for whatever you're doing, that's great. Just put less water in. Or if you want to make it super thin, you can add more water. So these are another great option. This is a little bit more time as compared to opening a jar, but to dissolve one of these in some warm water on the stove, a minute or two maybe, it's really not that difficult. Last thing I want to go over here is similar to the bouillon cubes I went over, and that is gravy mixes and other mixes as well, but especially gravy mixes. Nice thing about them is you just add water, like I said before. You know, you put some water in, you heat it up. You could thicken it up too if you wanted to with you know, some cornstarch or something like that, or some flour if you wanted to. But this makes a good gravy. You can make this as thick or as thin as you want as well, kind of the same principle of bouillon cubes, and it's super, super thin. I mean, you could store a bunch of these and they're almost next to nothing, like 50 cents or something like that at Aldi's, which is where we buy most of our stuff. Takes just a few minutes, you know, five minutes or so, hardly any time at all. That's a great way to make gravy for whatever you want to do. And like I said, you can make it as thick or as thin as you want. So that's another good option as well. So I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you enjoyed it. These are just kind of some little tips and tricks to help save you some money. If you do these, like I said, doing one of these things, buying, you know, a pack of gravy over a jar of gravy will save you maybe $1 or $2 every time you go to the store. And I don't know how often you use gravy, but it's not going to save you, you know, hundreds of dollars a year. But doing all these things together will save you a considerable amount of money over 6 months to a year, and it frees up some capital to do other things with it, or just to help beat back inflation. As well, like I mentioned before with the dishwasher powder, I'm planning on making in the future a video of things that you can make to replace, not some of these items per se, but other items in your life. Kind of save some money that way as well. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and please put a comment down below. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. This is Don with Resolute Outdoors. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you.